Beautiful. Like,
Hi. I put the wrong paw on. There we go. Hi. I got my chunky tail with me. The tail.
that's so cute. This is the big tail.
I do have another fursuit head, but technically it belongs to my school because I made it for my school. But I brought it home for repairs, and I have not brought it back.
Did they just forget about it or not care about it?
No, I don't think they really care about it. I mean, I'm the one that made it.
Okay, then I'll just keep it.
But also, it is way too big on me. Like, I have to put like a pillow or something in it just to be able to wear it. I measured wrong. Hold on, there we go. I kind of measured wrong because I have a tiny head, and so I knew that for, so I made it for a school play.
Mm-hmm.
And since I have a tiny head, I knew I needed to make it bigger. I ended up making it too big. That's my fault.
Was that your first fursuit you made though at the school one?
No,
What was it?
that wolf one that I made.
Hey, what are you doing down there? I have a little bit of history behind this fursuit actually. A few years ago, I wanted to make a fursuit. Thought I had experience. I was dead wrong about that.
Technically, the first fursuit head I made was just a base, and I hated it so much.
I tried, and the head was actually way too big.
It was too tall. Like, I had to wear headphones just to be able to wear it. Like, cat ear headphones. I hated it so much that I just threw it away.
Well, fast forward a few years later, I actually had a dream where I retried, and that dream surprisingly motivated me to try again.
I made Bayo, and I loved Bayo.
Bayo! This suit is Bayo. So, and he's a wolf. So, yeah. Bayo! He is not really inspired by anything. Came up with him on the spot.
What got you into actually creating fursuits in the first place?
Basically, seeing videos, like, I wanted one the immediate time became a furry. And I knew that I couldn't buy one, so I'm like, what if I make my own? So I
Yeah.
started watching tutorials. I'm like, I want to do that. So I started when I got the chance, and I love it.
Making them is like crazy cheap, but the reason they cost so much is because they take months, and you're literally paying for the labor, not necessarily the materials, but you're paying for the time and the effort the artist has put into that first.
Not to mention the quality.
It's the time and the quality that put into that they're paying for, and people misunderstand why fursuits are expensive.
Yeah, it depends on the time and effort, as well as like sometimes like maybe even the design of the character, whether it'll take more materials or not. And it also does depend on what you want in the fursuit. So like if you want LEDs or whatever, then that will raise the price more. But it is always cheaper to make your own. This fur was actually really cheap because I got it from a thrift store. And my grandma actually bought all the materials that I have for me so that I can make pursuits. So it's because of my grandma that I'm able to do all this stuff. If it weren't for her, this would not have been possible.
That is a very nice gift she gave to you.
I will say one thing I do not like about fursuit making is that, like, when I cut the foam, it just gets so messy. But, like, I would say making the duct tape dummy takes the most time, and it's kind of boring doing that, but in the end when I'm done with it, I get to draw.
Nice. Is that your favorite part about is drawing? Yeah. You are a very talented artist, so
Thank you.
I appreciate your artwork and everyone in my community does, and so it's nice to have talent like that, Ashley. What's your goals with your YouTube channel?
I do not know because I am currently out of ideas. I'm probably gonna start posting pretty soon once I'm a bit further in the current fursuit that I'm working on. I just need duct tape for it so that I can actually make the pattern. But that fursuit is going to be my actual Sona. This is not my Sona.
Oh, your profile picture is your Sona is what you sent the image of you starting it, Ashley, to me in the Discord. It looks really good, the progress. So
I want to do a voice impression video, and that was when I asked for things to say as a certain character. But your comment is like the only comment that that post has, which is kind of sad because I need more than one thing to say.
yeah, I would still go for it. Have some like identity to your channel, whether that's fursuit making, that's doing voice impressions as a furry, something related to who you are and in terms of your personality, character, because that will go a long way in making a YouTube channel pop.
Yeah, and on my channel, I do not accept any form of hate. If there's something that's not nice in my comment section, I'm always watching.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, no hate. Because hate is bad. It's not helpful for. It's not a positive thing for a channel. So I think most content creators want to be a positive channel. It's just some just that being a teacher, she's doomed.
Speaking of her, my art teacher said something really funny yesterday that I really think the vegan teacher needs to hear. My art teacher said, "Eat your invasive species."
Overpopulation of invasive species is actually a bad thing. It can cause destruction towards other populations. In certain parts of the United States, they allow deer hunting because they're invasive species and there's a lot of deers.
Yeah, like where I live, there is a ton of deer. Because from what I know, a bunch of people in the state I live in kicked wolves out of Iowa. That's the state I live in. And so with that happening, it caused the deer population to go. So we deer hunting during the winter. Deer is actually very good.
Yeah, I've actually had Venice meat before, so it was pretty good. How did you come up with your name?
With Electra,
Yeah.
it actually kind of ties into when I created her, which was also right after I became a furry. I named her based on her personality and her design. That's what I always do for the characters I create. And she reminded me of electricity. I did not want to name her Electric, though. So I was like, you know what? Electro.
What made you choose the fox character as your
Because my
persona?
Sona is like my Sona was inspired by someone else's Sona. It was because of a fursuiter on TikTok named Suka Volp that I became a furry, and his Sona is a fox, and because my Sona is inspired by him, I wanted my Sona to also be a fox. But I came up with entirely different design, different personality. But you will notice that Suka Volp has a sign that says "I'm not cute," and my Sona also has a sign. Yeah, my Sona also has a sign. But I did not want it to say something where someone could cross out a word to make it say the complete opposite. So I decided to make her sign say "I'm edgy." I knew that copying designs was wrong, so I came up with my own design for my Sona. And so, yeah, in a few ways, my Sona is inspired by Suka Volp. How long have you been a furry?
So technically I've been a furry since 2023. I joined the Astro Furry community in 2023, but I've always loved furries since I was a kid. Pokemon got me really into furries and the furry community, but I was active starting in 2023. So
I have also enjoyed things like movies and shows with anthropomorphic animals, but I've been a furry for longer than you. I've been a furry since the summer of 2019.
oh wow, yeah, you beat me in that. Yeah, I just got like a maid He is a year old. He was made in October of last year.
I made your birthday photo.
Yeah, I did post that, and that was very thoughtful of you. Thank you so much for that, by the way. My suit maker was like, "Yeah, you realize you're 1 years old." I was like, "Yes, I became one. Big milestone in my life." How old is your fursona, Ashley?
Almost 7 years old.
7. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I created her almost instantly after I became a furry.
Gotcha. All right. Wow, wow, wow.
But her canon age is the same age as my age, but in general, almost 7.
All right.
And this fursuit will be a year old in the summer. I
Okay.
think probably in July, because I do know that I made this fursuit not too long after I joined your Discord server.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Wow. Very
Dang, this
cool.
fursuit is like half a year old right now.
That's very cool. Did you want to say anything to the YouTube community or
Hi,
bye? The pobbies. I'll
beanage.
end. I'll end it there.
Maximum beanage.